Love 15.
Federer, of course, the world number one. Hanescu, same age, but of 28, but ranked 47. Straight away a challenge.
Made on the right center service line.
James Kyotovong of the UK and Kyotovong's brother in charge here, going for the technology. Spot on.
15.
Well, that's unusual. That Federer is right.
He hates it, doesn't he?
I think he does. I think he doesn't. I'm not sure he hates the challenge system. I think he hates the fact that the umpire is not as involved because of it.
This he was at pains to point out a couple of days ago after his first round press conference. He thinks the officials do a really good job, and he wanted them to have as much power as they could.
That's very nice.
But he's very grumpy when he does challenge.
He is.
Game Federer.
And the forehand seems to be in pretty fine fettle at the start here.
First game.
So Federer coming from behind to beat Andreev.
Final between Hanescu and Nadal, and Nadal quite fortunate to come through in the end.
In straight sets, 6-4, 6-3, 7-6. Hanescu's never met the number one in the world before. So I guess from that Federer can't have been number one when he met him in the 3 previous times.
It's all going to be a matter of how effective Victor Hanescu's serve is, because he's a tall man and he's got a really good, solid serve. He's got a good second serve, and if he can get some free points, then maybe he can stay close here. But
oh yeah, commanding put away.
Nice knifed backhand volley. I think we will see some of that tonight. Try and improve his net game. Work on a few things that he needs to improve to win this tournament. And coming to the net is certainly one of them.
Ooh. It was an open goal. He had Federer going the wrong way.
Oh, it's just tricky when you play against Roger Federer, because you don't know, Federer might guess right here, and you see that Federer is not there, and you try and do too much with it. But again, Federer makes you play that difficult volley.
It's been a warm day. Baghdadi said it was up to 32 degrees. I didn't feel it that hot, but it's certainly not that now. It's much cooler.
Yeah, definitely, but it was a beautiful day for tennis. Yeah, I saw when I was still the Davis Cup captain for Sweden at the end of last year. Sweden played Romania to stay up in the first division, and Robin Söderling had to play. Well, I saw Victor Hanescu play 2 singles, but Robin Söderling played him on Sunday, and we were down. Sorry, we were up 2-1, and the first set was really close, and then he just couldn't stay with Söderling, just like that last point where he's a tall man, and he moves well for a tall man, but he's not quick. So if you can get some pace going, he's going to have a problem.
Still break point.
Nets, first service.
They did look very relaxed. I was just in the locker room there. Locker room B is where the unseeded players are assigned to. Most of them anyway. Oh, it's beautiful backhand by Federer.
So there's the early break.
Federer leads by 2 games to love.
He does look worryingly cool and concentrated. Started slow against Andreev, didn't he? But for all that Andreev brings to the table, Federer was slow, but he certainly doesn't seem that this evening.
No, this is like Barbara Shett said in the studio, he hits the ball really clean, and sometimes that's a good thing, but against somebody like Roger Federer, it's not a good thing because he uses your pace, and if you don't put any spin on it, he's going to love that.
It's in. And he moved well there. He's a giant of a man. Another one who's 6'6".
I don't know what they feed these guys. It has been in the top 30, so he's been seeded at the Grand Slam tournament level. Oh, full of confidence there, Federer.
30-15.
And this is what he does so well. He recognizes the short ball and takes time away from his opponent.
Nets for service.
Very businesslike. Kind of fear for Hanescu at the moment.
Ooh.
This could be rather embarrassing.
Yeah, it seems like he's just floating out there on the court tonight, Roger. Good return. He's got a really good backhand, Hanescu. And he needs to take some chances that are going to feel uncomfortable to him, but that really is his only chance.
Nets for service. Game Federer.
Again, sweet movement of the feet to make room for that arm coming through. And the script seems pretty well written here. It's 3-love. Two other matches going on at the moment on Hisense Arena. Joe Wilfried Tsonga has just broken against Taylor Dent. It's 2-love there to the number 10 seed, himself a former finalist here. On Margaret Court Arena, it's 2-love Fernando Verdasco against Sergeyev, the qualifier from Ukraine. Actually, on show court 3, there is a match still going on. Albert Montañez is struggling. 2 sets down against Robert of France. He's won the third set 6-2, 2-love up in the fourth, but being taken the distance.
Yeah, well done. Great shot by Hanescu. Nice that Federer follows that second serve return up to the net. I really like when he does that, even if he doesn't win this point. Something that he needs to keep doing. Ooh, that's a good cross-court backhand by Federer. So much topspin and good angle. Yeah, really important for Victor Hanescu to get that first serve in, to be able to dictate the rallies. And then, of course, he has to keep him as short as possible.
Yeah, that's really good. Dictating from the get-go.
Yeah, nice clean ball striking from Hanescu. The big forehand here, taking it early.
Net, first service.
Oh, he's on to that second serve really quickly. Federer taking it on the rise. Very dangerous place to serve to the Federer forehand. You can serve your second serve to the Federer backhand, and usually he chips it back in play, and at least you're in the rally. Of course, he might just be trying to get the second serve in the box at the moment.
Net, first service. Net, first service.
Muttering to himself, Federer saying that was not a let.
Neither of them thought it was a let.
Deuce.
And all of a sudden, another tricky game for the Romanian.
Yeah, he really just needs to get on the board here. Still in favor of getting rid of that net court rule, I have to say.
Yeah.
If it hits the top of the net and it dribbles over, that's just life, isn't it?
Through's with you.
It's just a crazy rule. It's always questionable if it is a net nut. We'll call for some more drama, and that's what we're looking for in any sport these days. More drama.
And it quickens up the game, shortens the downtime fractionally each time.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what they're trying to do with a lot of rule changes. The one where you don't sit down after the first game in each set, which is a brilliant rule. Keep playing for the first 3 games.
Nice smile. Why not? Break point to go 4-love. Well played.
Beautiful volley. Very difficult volley.
Deuce.
Well, that's the right play, because that tells Roger Federer that you can't just chip your backhand return back, because I might come in to the net after my serve, and maybe Federer's going to have to start hitting that backhand.
He's got that one as well. Well, he needs it to be that good.
Just a beautiful backhand here. Floated on him a little bit, but got lucky.
Game Hanescu.
Outstanding game from Hanescu, but the feeling it needs to be outstanding game after game after game to give himself a chance.
Oh, absolutely. I think we had this discussion once about Rafael Nadal has an easier time playing the lower ranked players because they mentally just fold after 10, 15, 20 minutes, and Federer has a harder time because he plays such an open, inviting game, and I'm assuming it's so much fun to play against Roger Federer. It really looks like it, and you don't really care if you lose 1-1 because you're part of something great. But I think the tables have turned. I think Rafael Nadal suddenly, everybody thinks they can beat him, and everybody's going to play exactly the same way. And with Federer, this guy never stops. He's at the same level as he was 5 years ago. What can I do?
Do you think he is? I thought he dropped his level a little bit, even though the success is still there.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I think he's not as he doesn't hit the ball as well, I think. It's not as instinctive as before, but I think that has to do with he's playing his opponent. He's just trying to get through these matches, and like you said, the wins are still there, and obviously that's what we count, not the level of play. But I think what has improved is his serve. I think he's serving much better than he was 3 or 4 years ago. Just putting more emphasis into trying to get some cheap points.
Wow. As cheap as that. What a glorious forehand that was. The serve didn't do all the job. It still needed finishing.
It's amazing, his racket head acceleration with such skinny arms.
It's a 4-1, people flooding in, often late arriving for the evening session because there's so much corporate hospitality around, and it's the corporate seats that are ones that are being filled now, but people rushing in to get a glimpse of the greatest player. They're happy. Another huge crowd today, 43,000. It's absolutely massive. Been record crowds on 2 days so far. Not a record today, but so close. He very rarely smiles on the tennis court, Roger, until the interview afterwards, but I get the feeling he's loving this.
No, he's loving this. It's clean, open tennis. It's not going to be very physical. And yeah, he's going to let loose tonight, I think. He's already started.
However well he's playing, you get the odd complete shank.
Well, I always find it interesting when they do shank. It's amazing how far the ball travels, and which tells you how hard they hit the ball.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like that sometimes because the ball travels such a short distance, but when they do miss-hit it, it's like a home run in baseball. Or
he's alert and alive to everything.
yeah, he moves cat-like up there.
15-13.
There'll be a six-run hit in cricket. What do you call that?
It's a 6. It's very good, Matt.
It's a 6.
It's a 6. That's the same as a home run.
But they generally don't fly over the edge, do they? They roll over, or
No.
they roll to it.
It's there without bouncing. It goes into the crowd without bouncing. Same as a home run.
30 all.
It's sometimes out of the stadium.
I should know that. I've spent more than a year of my life here in Australia watching cricket.
Loving it, I bet.
No, but I did love going to watch cricket live here at the arena here at Melbourne, right next to Melbourne Park, actually. That's really fun.
40-30. Game Hanescu.
Oh, well done, Hanescu.
Yes, he's kept his head up, kept going for it, hasn't he?
Federer leads by 4 games to 2.
I guess the danger here for Roger Federer, I'm not sure there's a danger, but it's kind of those matches where, okay, Victor, you know I'm better than you. Do you really have to fight? Sometimes you get that feeling. And you're not pumped up because you know you're going to win the match. I think he was really pumped up in his first round against Andreev.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I saw that match and saw him finish it well, but I thought he was really struggling early on. And Federer seemed pretty happy with his performance, almost from the get-go.
Yeah, it sounded like in the press conference too. I heard that, yeah. He's very happy. I think he was just really worried about it. Just happy to get through. Oh, that's really well played by Hanescu. Being very aggressive here.
Love 30.
It's a brilliant return and a good overhead, and hold on. What's this? Love 40.
I love it when he takes it early and
Love 40.
puts pressure on Federer. A beautiful backhand return. And a hard man to get your lobs over his head.
So 3 breakback points. We've seen that before.
Yeah, can they bring on 2 more? That's a question. Don't want to hit a second serve now when Hanescu's taking it so early.
Yeah. You drop shot him at your peril. He is so fast.
Yeah, and he's got such good hands up there. And he's also ready for the next shot in case Hanescu gets this ball back in play. Dangerous play.
So 2 break points saved, 1 more.
I much prefer if he would hit that chip backhand and come in and make Federer hit a proper shot to pass him.
Two big first serves.
Deuce.
Break point down. You hear the little come on then from Roger. Happy to get out of trouble.
Game Federer.
Love 40 a couple of minutes ago. Suddenly it's all changed.
Federer leads by 5
So Hanescu will serve to stay in this first set. So he's played pretty well in the last 20 minutes, but it was just torn away from him, that last chance. 3 break points. A lot of people coming in, especially low down. It's the corporate seat, so they are a distraction for Federer. In fact, even more people behind Federer, but Hanescu serving. Oh, that's ridiculous, even by his standards. After all that defense, a wizardry shot.
No, he should have put this overhead away, of course, Hanescu, but easier said than done. That's a beautiful backhand, and there, fakes the lob, pulls it cross court. Oh, that's obnoxious.
And there was a cheeky smile.
Nice. That's such an important play to send the message to Federer that you cannot slice every return from the backhand side. We saw Federer slide again there.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. I'm wondering if it's his shoes or if it's something that he's really trying to do these days. Have you seen it before?
Yeah, I've not been conscious of it. In the Andreev match, you're pointing it out, and I've not seen it before.
No. I mean, Djokovic, Nadal, Hewitt, Murray, maybe. Not sure.
Twinkling feet. Just great.
Makes it look so easy. I don't know how long he'll be around for, but just these kind of shots and this movement will be sorely missed the day he's not around, that's for sure, because I don't think we'll see another player like him. Maybe somebody at the same level, but nobody that makes it look so easy and free-flowing.
Yeah. From way back, he really made that forehand fizz at its set point.
I even took a glimpse up into the stands there, Federer.
Yeah.
Into the presidential tribune.
Fine way to save the set point.
Advantage Federer.
Yeah, over pressing. His first double, second set point.
Deuce.
195 Ks.
Oh, the placement of this is perfect in the corner, inside both lines.
His reactions are so fast, just another side of his armory.
Yeah, well, he'll welcome drop shots, Federer, because then he doesn't have to choose. He has to come to the net and get some practice up there. His backhand volley has always been very good. It's just forehand volley, Federer, that's a bit suspect.
And that's a very good set from Roger Federer. 15,000 people around this court, and most of them very happy with what they've seen. Into set number 2 we go. And as he came down this end after the change round, we were watching Federer, and he glanced up at the big screen, which had the stats of the first set. And he must be absolutely thrilled. 17 unforced errors. Sorry, 17 winners, 4 unforced errors in the set. Even by Federer standards, that's one to bottle up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he looks really relaxed and dangerous tonight.
Hanescu's stats don't look bad. 10 winners, 8 unforced errors. 72% first serves in. He lost the set 6-2.
Well, it usually means you're in the set, but...
love. Game Federer.
And so it continues.
First game, second set.
Over on the Margaret Court Arena, Fernando Verdasco has just taken the first set. 6 games to 1 against Ivan Sergeyev. And it's 1-1 in the second set. The number 9 seed who had such a wonderful tournament. Match of the tournament last year against Rafa Nadal. And over on the high sets, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga has just taken the first set against Taylor Dent. Early break, he's sat on it, and he's taken the set 6 games to 4.
Yeah, just a matter of if Hanescu realizes that 6-2 is a bit misleading, because he did have love 40 at 4-2, 3 chances to break back and be in the set, and then he really should have held on at 2-5 down, but somehow didn't. But he's not that far away.
I guess it's all in the mind. Does he feel that?
Yeah, absolutely. Mustn't look at the scoreboard and just play the moment. Try and stay in the present here. It's really difficult against Federer.
Or does he feel, I've played this monster 9 times? I've played him for the 4th time. I've lost 9 successive sets now.
Love.
Well, the penultimate shot there from Hanescu was almost Federer-like, taking on the half volley, moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's hit that one wide a couple of times here in the first set, but really well played. And looking at Hanescu, you said they're the same age. He would have been one of the prospects when he was a junior because he's really talented and he's got a good hand and obviously a big serve. And so he must look across the net. What happened to me? Why am I not as good as Roger Federer or having won as much as him? I was as talented at some point.
15 love.
Well, still am. But of course the biggest difference is that Federer moves like pretty much no one else out here. Movement is still, that's probably the most important part of tennis.
Not surprisingly, the Romanian was going to be a basketball player. But they said he was too young when he was very keen, so he looked across, saw a tennis court and thought, that'll be me. But he was obviously very tall, very young.
Nets, first service.
Didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Game Federer.
There you go. It's gorgeous to watch. A lot of people with smiles on their faces around the place. 2-1.
Federer leads by 2.
So that's the situation here. It's with serve in the second set. Over on the Hisense Arena, Taylor Dent 1-love up, having dropped the first set to Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. And it's with serve on the Margaret Court Arena. Ivan Sergeyev 1-2 against Hanescu in the second set. First set, Hanescu 6-1.
Simon, you mentioned the corporate. It's a lot of corporate people here, and was invited guests. And Roger Federer always seems to be a safe bet to bring a corporate client or something, because if he gets involved in a dogfight, then they've seen something very special. But if he wins easy, then it's so special as well, because then he relaxes and hits all these great shots that you never see before, or after, for that matter.
Hanescu is challenging the call made on the right base.
Oh, he better be right.
The ball was good in.
He was the closest one to it. Yeah, it's a kind of win-win situation, isn't it?
It really is.
Because he never really plays that badly.
No, he doesn't. And if he feels confident and he's not threatened, then he does relax and put on a bit of a show with his shot making.
That's in. It's a shocker for Hanescu, really.
15-all. Hanescu has 2 challenges remaining.
Yeah, whereas if you come and watch Rafael Nadal and he's winning easy, it's yeah, well, it's just completely different. It's fun to watch as well, but
no, it's not so exhilarating.
Very much not, no.
30-15.
Nice timing there on that Pete Sampras invention. I think he was the first one to try to do that. The closest thing to a slam dunk in tennis.
40-15.
See his shoes there. He's got 3 Swiss flags on his shoes. That means he's won 3 Australian Opens, looking for his 4th.
Well done. I guess he ran out of space with his shoes at Wimbledon.
Yeah, didn't he put numbers on his jacket instead?
Yeah.
That's a very confident man when you go into a Grand Slam tournament with a number 15 on your jacket, and that's the 15th Grand Slam that you're trying to win. It didn't have 15 when he went in there, but sure had it when he left.
15 love.
Such a hard serve to read. Players do talk about, or at least some players that I've talked to, that it's really hard to read because he throws the ball in so many different spots and places, and he can hit any serve from any toss.
Whereas Sampras virtually had the same toss.
Yeah, which was hard, obviously even harder.
Yeah.
I don't think it was harder, but his serve was a little bit faster than Federer's. And he makes the tennis court look so big sometimes, Federer. It isn't that big, but Hanescu is so far away from this ball, and it's not. It's 6 feet inside the sideline.
Well done. That time he had some success.
Looked like he thought he missed it there. He was on his way to the chair.
Game, Federer.
A juicy game for the Swiss.
Federer
It's been a
leads
high-class second set so far from both guys. Still on serve. So 2-3. Hanescu playing a really good game at the moment.
Really good first point from Hanescu, taking the ball early, dictating.
Wasn't Federer moving? Yeah, it looked like he had his doubts there.
And Federer is onto that now. He's not slicing his backhand return anymore. He's trying to hit it because he knows Hanescu could serve and volley.
Nets for service. (40-15).
No, He just can't get that one.
I'm not sure that's the right shot. He's doing very well. He's stepping in. He's on the baseline, taking the ball on the rise. That's a great backhand, and he throws that away by hitting this shot. And keep ripping the ball, I think, is his only chance here.
Game Hanescu.
A bit like that.
Yeah, he has obviously really good timing tonight, Victor Hanescu, striking the ball beautifully. And then take advantage of that. It's a little bit like if you're a golfer, if one day you strike the ball really well, you can't chip and putt.
No.
And nothing, you never play around a golf, or at least at an amateur level, you never play around a golf where everything's working. And the same applies to tennis. You don't always have your touch just because you got good timing. It doesn't mean your soft hands are there.
No.
And you have to recognize these things early on and don't try things that you're not comfortable with that night or that day.
Faults.
Ooh, I love this.
Yeah,
he loves it too.
The ball's got out.
I think the umpire's right. My feeling was it was just long.
It looked very long.
Federer jumped in straight away to challenge.
Now, good eye, Simon.
15-all. Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
And you know he didn't want to challenge that. He's just
Fed up with it.
Trying to put the umpire on the spot, I think.
Yeah. You do that to me? This is what I think of your decision making.
But it puts a lot of confidence in the umpire, in the player's eyes, when he does something like that. Overrides the challenge system and takes it on, because it could look foolish. That's a ridiculous second serve.
Yes, didn't it? Jerk up at him.
30-all.
So short lengths, so short and so wide. Ooh, that's a bad miss. That's
30-40.
similar to Igor Andreev the other day at break point, but a lot of side spin on that volley from Hanescu. And that was his only chance.
It was a bit further away from him than he thought. But a rare, ugly moment for the great man. And now it's break point, the first break point of the set for either guy. Brilliantly finished.
No, he wasn't going to make the same mistake again, was he? Man, he looks like he's moving really well tonight.
Lots of little steps, aren't there?
Yeah, beautiful to watch.
Yeah. He wasn't happy with the double. He wasn't happy having to save break point.
Advantage Federer.
Not when he's playing this well. It shouldn't be happening.
No, absolutely not.
Nets, second service.
I wish they'd do away with that rule.
Game, Federer.
It was a good second serve when he did come down. Important game for Federer, because his
Federer
demeanour
leads
might
by
have
4
changed
games.
dramatically if he'd been broken then.
Oh.
So a minor escape there for Federer, impressive though it was. On high sense, it's 3-all, second set. Tsonga won the first against Taylor Dent, 3-all in the second. And on Margaret Court Arena, Fernando Verdasco racing to victory against Ivan Sergeyev, the qualifier from Ukraine, 6-1, 5-2. Here it's Hanescu at 3-4.
15 love.
No way.
Against a guy who's 6'6".
That's again obnoxious, but
15 all.
unless this new technology helps him with this shot, the new strings that they play with, or they're not new anymore, but gives them so much more spin on the ball. That's a really difficult shot with one hand. With two hands, it's not a tough shot, but with one hand, incredible.
Do you play with the new strings?
15
I do what Mr. Federer does. We have a bit of a hybrid going with natural gut one way and these new synthetic strings on the other way. I heard he does it, so I'll try it just in case. Oh, that's well played by Hanescu. It's threatening. Federer would have sliced that backhand normally because his opponent wouldn't be at net, but because he came to the net, he had to hit the pass and hit it at the bottom of the net. He's playing a good match here tactically, Hanescu really is.
30-40.
Here's a break point. The first break point for Federer in this set.
Deuce.
Still a high percentage of first serves going in from Hanescu, 68%. Federer, 61. Oh, just glided in. The shot to Hanescu's backhand didn't seem to have that much power, but he sensed it. Watch how he comes in so early.
And so quick. No split step needed. And just knifes the backhand volley.
It's break point again.
Game, Federer.
It is just great watching Federer in this kind of form.
Oh, it's really nice. And the movement is amazing tonight.
Federer leads by 5 games to 3.
Just looks relieved that he survived that first round scare from Igor Andreev.
Great shot. I always think it's brave bringing a baby into tennis. But that one's far away, ready for the exit, should things change.
15 love.
What a backhand.
15 all.
Amazing. He must feel like he's playing really well tonight, and he's still down 6-2, 5-3, facing 2 sets to love down. But he's really playing well, Hanescu.
The sound you heard was the pendulum crushing. Nope.
30 all.
Chance there.
Yeah, just can't give away cheap points or free points like that.
Because that's what happens. And after just an hour and 6 minutes,
40-30.
Federer a point away from a 2 sets to love lead against someone who's been playing really well.
Nets for service. Game in second set.
And then the mopping up process complete as far as the second set's concerned.
That's 6 games to 3.
Hanescu
Federer leads
has
by
given
2
it
sets to love.
almost everything he's got, and he's won just 5 games. Into set number 3 then.
Love 15.
Just got to try and keep his level where it's been. I don't think he can get any higher, and hope against hope that the great man falters. But
yeah, it's a bit of a heartbreaker here. He's played really well. 6-2, 6-3 down.
Love 30.
yeah, you can't afford a couple of errors like that, because I don't think there's anything tactically that he's doing wrong. He's executing pretty well too.
Yeah, it just can't really hurt Federer over a long period of time.
$15-30.
I tell you what, Matt, it's been an extraordinary tournament for talent and ability, and we're seeing it here from Federer. It's also an amazing tournament for people coming back from 2 sets down. We saw it this afternoon. Marcos Bagdalis, just another one in. Albert Montañez of Spain, 2 sets down against Stéphane Robert of France, and he's won it 6-2 in the 5th.
Federer.
And Federer is cleaning up here. in no uncertain fashion.
Yeah, well, I think when you are down 2-0 and you win the third set, I mean, momentum is with you, and very often you do get to 2 sets all, but it's I think it's less chance than 50% that you go in and win the 5th set too, because you've exhausted yourself over the 3rd set and the 4th set to get back in the match, and then the other guy been resting mentally a little bit, and then usually the person who had 2 sets to love wins the match, but not so here.
No, they're going on and finishing the job. Fru will tell us, but I think that's the 6th time it's happened already in this tournament.
Oh, must be some kind of statistics of that, but that's... Oh, it's a Nadal-like shot.
He's getting better and better.
Even had the Nadal finish the lasso over his head. Follow through.
And he can drop shot. But he can do everything.
Yeah, well, Federer comes to the court and power works, the timing works, his feet work, and his touch works usually. Somehow he gets it all going at the same time. Oh,
you picked it at the start, Matt. You know, he didn't play that well against Andreev. He looked like he was worried that Andreev had something he was concerned about. But Hanescu just ticks all the boxes as far as Federer's game's concerned.
Oh, it's just a perfect opponent. And they must have a dinner reservation as well, Roger. Maybe it's his time to take care of the kids this evening. Let Mirka go out and have some fun.
Game Federer.
It's sublime.
Federer leads by 2 games to love.
He now has 41 winners and 11 unforced errors. That's an incredible stat. Wow.
Challenge. Hanescu is challenging the call.
Any chance to win a point?
Yeah. Federer is walking. No.
Umpire's got it right again. He's doing a good job, James Kyothevong.
You just can't. You can't get by Federer at the moment. He moves well. He's got good timing. Great feel in his hand. Sees the ball like a soccer ball, most probably right now. And I've heard this said before. It's the Swedish player Andreas Vinciguerra is the same age as Roger Federer, and they played all throughout the juniors, and they were really good friends, and they played some doubles together, and they still have some phone contact. And sometimes Andreas Vinciguerra told me, because he played in the Swedish Davis Cup team when I was a captain, he said Roger called and he said, I don't know what's wrong, but I played a match tonight, and the tennis ball looked as big as a soccer ball. Just couldn't miss.
Love 14.
Three break points. It's just outrageous. Hanescu, big as he is, probably wants to burrow
Federer leads by 3 games to love.
bury himself, because Federer is absolutely cruising home right now. Things going according to plan on the Hisense Arena. Jo-Wilfried Tsonga 2 sets up and 1 love up against Taylor Dent. Tsonga, who's run like Baghdadis, who won so impressively today, has a terrific record here in the Australian Open. Dent, a massive server, cannot afford to go a break down.
Over on Margaret Court, it's very easy for Fernando Verdasco at the moment. He is leading by 2 sets to love. Just dropped 3 games doing that. He's dropped 1 more in the 3rd set so far, which is going with serve against Ivan Sergeyev of Ukraine. But Verdasco also looks as though he's cruising just as easily as Roger Federer at the moment. Back to you, Simon.
There's an honoured guest, Prince William. A big roar went up as he was introduced, making a tour of Australia after his tour of New Zealand.
Thank you.
Got a standing ovation when he took his seat.
Please.
And this is a regal performance from Roger Federer.
15 love. Nets for service. $30 love.
And the man who will be king, watching the man who is king, and playing like it right now.
40 love.
Ace number 7. Still not hanging his head, Hanescu.
No, he's playing really well against anybody else. Suddenly, though, the flashes is going off here, taking pictures of not Roger Federer.
Game Federer.
Federer not distracted. Remember once when Bill Clinton came to Roland Garros and Andre Agassi was playing, and Agassi was not
Federer
amused.
leads by 4 games to love.
Really?
Yeah, his game just disintegrated. He lost the match. I'm trying to think who he was playing. I think it's Sébastien Grosjean. And he lost the match, and the feeling afterwards was, you know, I should have been told that Clinton was coming.
Sounds like he might be a Republican, Andre Agassi.
15
But
love.
Federer hardly blinked as people rose to acclaim Prince William.
No.
Just a heartbreak for Victor Hanescu, playing well and having no chance at all.
$30-15.
It's a rare error by Federer.
There's only 13 unforced errors in the match, up against 44 winners.
It has to be that good.
40-15.
Hanescu trained by Federer Tomai since 1996, since he was 16 years of age. And his coach will be pretty happy with what he's done here.
$40-13. Deuce.
Everything's obeying him. What a stretch, though. Royally enjoyed. Federer smiling up. He's looking at the screen more than I've ever seen him look at a screen before. And now he's got a chance to go a triple breakup. I have the feeling that Federer has rarely enjoyed a match as much as he's enjoyed this one.
Deuce.
Mats has left for the studio to go for game set. Mats and Fru McMillan's taken his place. I know Fru will have been lapping this up.
Yes, really enjoyed the performance by Federer, and I wonder really whether he's looking and admiring what he sees whenever he looks up at the screen. It's not that he's egotistic, but he has to admire the way he's played.
Advantage Hanescu.
And Hanescu's played his part, but it's only been a bit part. But he couldn't have done it any better.
Well, he's flying.
And it has been his movement that's been as impressive as anything else, hasn't it? It's been fantastic.
Quite emphatic at times. It's a difficult serve to counter because it gets up so high. Hanescu's height.
What pace to get across to it and then to lay the hammer down and make the volley impossible.
Because it was a very fine volley this by Hanescu, remembering that height I was talking about, the fact that he got down so well, got inside the ball, it was veering away from Federer, and yet look at the sheer speed of the man.
Advantage Hanescu.
It's got to be that good.
Third ace. Serving stats still good. 68% first serves in, but some quality. But the success rate, well, it's just testament to Federer's returning.
Deuce.
Prince William came on the right night. Tennis doesn't get any better than this.
Advantage Hanescu.
Looks up at his blocks just to see whether they should challenge, and they shook their heads.
Yeah, I suppose one of the headlines will be the Prince and the King. Federer being the king of our sport.
There's a shot to emphasize that.
Deuce.
It's been a showcase, Hanescu's part in this, for all the great weapons that Federer can employ.
Advantage Hanescu.
And there's no bravado about Federer. I mean, that's one of the beautiful parts of Federer. But like Dementieva last night, she played such a sporting role in that match against Enna.
Game Hanescu.
Big beaming smile from Hanescu's coach, and that's good to see too. He knows how well he's played, and against almost any other player in the world he'd be leading, but not against this guy. Taylor Dent making a bit of a comeback against Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. He was 3-love down, 2 sets down, but he's come back to 2-3. And Ivan Sergeyev of Ukraine is doing better in the third set against Fernando Verdasco, but he too 2 sets down. 6-1, 6-2, 3-2. More pictures for the family album. And it has been a vintage performance this evening.
It's been super, and at the same time I've really appreciated the way Hanescu has stuck at it. A lesser personality would have buckled and would have thrown in the towel, but he's a really gritty professional, is the Romanian.
It's funny, people standing up all around us. Some of them looking at Federer on court, some of them just trying to get a glimpse of Prince William, who's just below us. A lot of excitement. Most of it generated by this guy.
15 love. No.
Pity.
He was out of the block so quickly there, Federer, because that was a fine return. Would have surprised many others. And I like the finality of the volleying. It's almost as if he recognizes that at times his volleying hasn't been of the very highest order. There's so many great Australian volleyers. He's probably rubbed shoulders and had discussions with the likes of Frank Sedgman and Neil Fraser and Roach and co here. Roach, of course, who used to be in his corner. First man in his corner ever was a chap called Peter Carter, who was unfortunately killed in a car crash in South Africa. That's where it all started, the love affair with Australia.
$40-30. Game Federer.
One more dazzling forehand. 28 outright winners on the forehand. It's been a sumptuous performance from Roger Federer.
Probably a lot of relief circulating through him. That match against Andreev was so tricky. Yes, he ended up winning easily in the fourth, but could so otherwise have been.
This is Mats was saying at the start, you know, he worked out Hanescu has got nothing to hurt him with, even playing at his very best, which he has been. You know, very little spin. It's just perfect.
Yeah.
For Federer to get his stuff off and running.
Yes, there's the occasional silencer from Hanescu with the big serve, but not enough of them have got by Federer.
.194 Ks. Again, brutal.
40-15.
Forehand's been one of the great shots in tennis, but I think tonight it's been as strong as ever.
Game Hanescu.
But Hanescu keeps some pride. Scoreline doesn't look that bad, and it shouldn't. He should be proud of what he's achieved here.
Leads by 5 games to 2. One more.
That's the situation here. It has been one heck of a night. Roger Federer at his imperious best. Don't forget tomorrow, Elena Baltacha first up against Dinara Safina. That'll be live in its entirety, either on British Eurosport or British Eurosport 2. He's challenging
Federer
that.
is challenging the call made on the left far sideline. The ball was scored out.
Not with any great enthusiasm. Out it was.
Love 15. Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
Andy Murray is third up on Hisense Arena.
15
And that too will be live on British Eurosport or British Eurosport 2. Yes! Saving his best till last.
15-30.
Comprehensively beaten. I think most would have imagined him to hit down the line there. so difficult to keep up that standard. A lot of people can push the ball back and play 20, 30 successive strokes, but when you've got to hit out to keep Federer at bay, it's so difficult.
Well, the movement just as good, the technique for once letting him down.
Yeah, looking for a real bit of magic, which of course he had to produce in that sort of situation. Awfully difficult to counter.
So here's the first break point of the set for Hanescu. He's 0 out of 4 so far in the match. He deserves something. Oh, cruel. Nothing's gone his way, really.
It's amazing when the crowd egg somebody like Hanescu on because they want to see more of Federer.
Yeah. But not much more. It's been an hour and 39 minutes. It's gone Federer. Like the blink of an eye. Federer, match point for a place in the last 32.
Please.
And there it is.